as hell. What is up? What is up? What is up? Your girl is out and about in these hell Houston streets. It's hot. We out here. I'm picking up food for the family. What's up? I need y'all to come on in and say what's up to your girl. We got to talk about this because, look, your purpose is calling, and I'm wondering if you're picking up or not. Hello? Hello? Are you answering the call? Are you answering the call? Your purpose is calling you. Okay? It's time to wake up. It's time to grow. It's time to build. It's time to expand. And I'm telling you, when you tap into this purpose energy, can't nothing stop you. Can't nothing stop you. I'm going to tell you how I know. I'm going to tell you how I know when you are tapping into your purpose, when you're pursuing your purpose, when you are staying focused on what is put on your heart, when you are not allowing distractions, naysayers, and haters to stop you from doing what is in your heart. I'm telling you that Ganesha energy, the opening of the way, is going to take place on your behalf. I cannot tell y'all how freaking exciting it is to be doing what you love, for me to be doing what I love, talking to people on a daily basis, and just building and growing and expanding. And I want you to tap into that same thing. Okay? So what's up, RD, Andre? My bad if I'm saying that wrong. Natasha, what's up? Bree, what's up? Hathor, what's up? I'm so ready for y'all to be tapping in. Okay? And so I want to tell y'all a couple of things to recognize your purpose. First thing you got to understand, your purpose, it's a burning desire in your soul. It's almost orgasmic when you are in it. When I'm talking to these ladies and these men on the phone about their spiritual healing journey, and I'm coaching them, it is orgasmic in my soul. Oh God, just thinking about it makes me feel this powerful, magnetic energy. It's like you will know, there is no doubt about it. When I'm on these coaching calls, there is no doubt about it that I am doing what I have been destined and ordained to do. So one of the first things that I want y'all to realize and recognize when you're trying to understand what your purpose is, when you are in the act of doing this, whether it is mentoring kids, whether it is making people laugh, whether it is helping women to recognize their beauty, helping women to heal, helping men to heal, whether it is like me, spiritual coaching. When you are in it, there's just this flow. There's just this deep, intuitive soul feeling that gives you confirmation that this is what you're supposed to be doing. So if you're going through life day to day and you're not having those sensations in your soul that give you that confirmation that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I want to challenge you to create space in your life some way, somehow, for you to explore the possibilities of what your purpose may be. Your purpose is connected to something that you've always been good at your entire life. You may not have recognized it, but the people around you always have. For me, I was always an old soul. I was always a person who knew things beyond my years. Older women, older men would come up to me and be like, baby, first of all, I would always be told that I was anointed. I would always be told that I have a major purpose in life. I would always be told that I just always know what to say. So it's been like that for me for my entire life. Okay? And now in living and working and manifesting in my purpose, those same types of things, that same type of energy is what is actually taking place on an everyday basis. Okay? So again, one, when you're in your purpose, you're living in your purpose, and you're doing something that is that you are connected with, that you are ordained to do, that you are destined to do, there's a feeling, a resonance that you will have in your heart that will radiate through your entire body. And it's this type of feeling, it's this type of energy where you know nothing is going to stop you from doing this work. And you understand that in doing this work, you open up the gateways, the portals to so many opportunities. Why am I talking to y'all about this right now? Okay? I watched the movie Moana with my kids today. And if y'all have not watched Moana, or if you haven't watched it in a while, I want to inspire you to go back and watch it. Because since the very beginning of that movie, we see obstacles being moved out of her way for her to fulfill her purpose. But she had to make the conscious decision to pursue it. See, when we are kids, when we are young, we get glimpses into what we are supposed to be doing, into what our soul has brought us here for. For example, in Moana, she's a little girl. She's probably like a toddler in this scene, the very beginning scene at the beginning of the movie, where she's drawn to the ocean, and the ocean opens up for her. The ocean moves for her and shows her this beautiful shell. And as she continues to pursue, as she continues to go forward, the ocean continues to give her more shells, ultimately giving her the little, what did they call it? The little stone that she would put into the goddess's heart for her to, come back into her balance, for her to come back into her peace. So when you were a kid, you were getting glimpses into what your purpose is. Yes, Natasha, the heart of Tafiti. Ah, so beautiful. That movie inspired me so much today. It inspired me so much today. I was like, oh my God, this movie is so spiritual. This movie is so divine. So when she was a kid, she was getting those glimpses. But when you reach a certain age, when you get to a certain age, you have to make the conscious decision to pursue the purpose. Spirit is going to always show you visions of it. Spirit is going to show you visions of it. It's up to you to decide to pursue it. When you consciously decide to pursue it, this is when the opening of the way happens. This is when perceived obstacles are removed. Okay? But if you're not living in your purpose, you wondering like, damn, why the hell I got all of these blockages in my life? Why I can't manifest? Why I keep manifesting the same low vibrational shit? And it is because you are living from an external perspective instead of an internal perspective. See, in the movie Moana, her parents, her father, and everybody on the island was like, except for grandma, the great old one. Everybody on the island is like, we don't go into the ocean. We don't venture past the reef. That's not what we do. So you got people around you who are telling you who you are, what you need to do, what is important, etc., etc. Okay? And you get caught up in the naysayers, the haters, and the people who want to stay the same. See, her dad, her mom, unconsciously, they wanted to stay the same, but they didn't understand that staying the same was destroying their livelihood. Staying the same for you and not living in your purpose is destroying your livelihood. It is destroying the life that you are supposed to be creating. Oh my God. I'm gonna make a whole separate video on Tafiti and how when she lost her heart due to trauma, right? When we have trauma, we lose our heart. Our heart is no longer as light as a feather. And we get infuriated, angry, mad, and we start destroying shit around us. See, you're self-sabotaging because you've lost your heart. You haven't learned to forgive. You are holding on, right? And so you end up destroying things around you, self-sabotaging, and really taking away the life force energy out of things. But when you get that heart back, by forgiving yourself, by forgiving others, by living in your purpose, by doing the things that come natural for you to do, you start to give life. You start to create life. You start to manifest. Okay? But at the end of the day, we all have a purpose. We all have a reason for existing. And the answers to that dwell within you. See, when she went into the cave, she went into her subconscious mind. That's why it was completely dark. And here's the thing. Oh, come on, Spirit. Here's the thing. Some of us, many of us, need guidance into the subconscious so that we can extract the messages that we actually need. See, her grandma had to escort her to the cave. Her grandma had to escort her into herself. Okay? Sometimes we can't navigate the depths of our own minds, the depths of our souls by ourselves because we've experienced so much trauma. So our ego and our shadow self blocks us from being able to see our truth. Okay? But fortunately, she had a grandmother. She had a spirit guide. Let's be real. She had an angel that was like, I am going to show you into yourself. Hence the cave. So when she goes into the cave, she has these realizations. Oh, this is me. I see why I've been attracted to this. But some of us need guidance into that part of ourselves. Okay? Some of us need guidance in.
Hopefully y'all didn't leave me. Are we back? Are we back? Y'all let me know if we back. You know it's hot, y'all, when your phone overheats in the car. My damn phone overheated in the car. Temperature too high. Now that's wild. So if it sounds weird, that's because it's like coming through the Bluetooth or whatever. Are we back? Let me know in the chat if y'all stuck around. Hopefully y'all were able to stick around for those. Okay, thank you, Natasha. We back, right? So, like I was saying, I appreciate all y'all for the love. So like I was saying, sometimes we need guidance back into ourselves. Sometimes we need guidance back into ourselves. Sometimes we've had so many experiences that we lost our way. The beautiful thing about Moana is that she did lose faith for a glimpse when she went out there the first time, not really knowing her strength, not really knowing her power, not really knowing how to navigate her purpose. She went out there being rebellious. See, hold on, Spirit says, don't try to be in your purpose out of spite and out of rebellion, because you'll mess up. You'll mess up. So her dad, Moana, her dad said something to her that got her frustrated. She was like, fuck it, I'm about to get into this boat and we about to go. She hit the reef sent her ass back, right? She got stuck underneath the water, like in the something stuck on her leg. She had to use the rock to get back, whatever. So when you are trying to be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this because I'm mad at people because people are not listening to me and so on and so forth, you end up messing up. Okay? So don't try to manifest your purpose out of rebellion. Don't try to manifest your purpose out of pain, which is what she did at the beginning of the movie. But when she realized, oh, okay, this is something that is on my soul to do, and I'm not doing it to be rebellious to my father because they told me not to do it. See, that's what some of y'all mess up, right? You mess up because you're like, I'm going to do this because somebody told me not to do it. I'm going to do this because somebody told me I can't do it. And so your intentions are not pure. She had to go within, go into the cave, go into her subconscious mind with the guidance of her spirit guide, with the guidance of her angel, with the guidance of someone who done been there, done that. She had to go into the cave and says, okay, this is something that I'm doing because my soul is calling me to do it, not because I'm trying to go against the standards of the world. Not because I'm trying to go against my mother and my father. No. You need to go within. And you go within and you recognize, okay, one, what has naturally been calling out to me since I was a kid? It's just been there. Like for her, the ocean, always pulling her in, pulling her in, pulling her in. So beautiful. What has naturally been calling out to you? What has been on your mind and on your heart? And you can't necessarily explain why. It's just something deep, something intuitive within you that just knows it's calling you. So I want y'all to get very real with yourselves. You got to get very real with yourself. Because a lot of times we're wanting things based off of an external appearance. And whatever it is that you need to manifest, it may not be that pretty. Whatever purpose you need to fulfill, it may not be pretty. It may not be glamorous. Okay? It may not be glamorous. So y'all got to get out of the glamour. It's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to look like that. No, your shit probably don't look like that. Your purpose is probably not international. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. In order to really manifest that purpose, something else that we got to understand is you got to get out of fear. You got to get out of fear. Fear of vulnerability. Fear of vulnerability is one of the biggest things that is keeping people from living in their purpose. Fear that whatever they got to say, whatever they got to do may not be accepted. You're afraid of the outcome. I don't know how. I don't know. Are people going to like that? Are they going to agree with what I got to say? How's my family going to feel about this? You got to get out of that. You got to get out of that. Because it's not about other people. Other people will be blessed indirectly from you manifesting your purpose. Of course, others will be blessed and will gain a lot from you directly. For example, my coaching clients. Me living in my purpose directly affects them. Directly. But those people close to you, your family members, those naysayers, those people who don't understand what you're doing, they will be affected indirectly. Meaning they just have to see your light. They have to see you shining from a distance. And then when they are ready, they will inquire to know more. Okay? But some of y'all are not taking that leap towards what your heart has pulled you towards because you're like, damn, is this going to be profitable? Stop thinking about money. Here's what you got to know. When you are in your purpose, abundance and prosperity are going to flow to you in all of the most unique ways. See, purpose and abundance is not just about what's in your bank account. We're talking about, do you have an abundance of love, an abundance of peace, an abundance of understanding, an abundance of healthy connections and healthy relationships with people? Okay? Your purpose is going to open the way for you. Your purpose is what's manifesting that Ganesha energy for you. Telling you from experience, you're going to be surprised. But in order for you to discover what that purpose really is, I really need y'all to detach from the external things, like from well, how is this going to look? How do I present this? How much money is this going to make me? Are people going to like this? No, you are outside of yourself when you're doing all of that. Questions you need to be asking yourself is, why am I here? What am I living for? What am I supposed to be doing right now? What is my heart calling me towards? Here's another divine thing. Just because something is your purpose doesn't mean that you are limited to one thing. Within my purpose, there's books, there's coaching, there's group meetups, there's retreats, there's travelings, there's talking engagements, speaking engagements, there's lectures. You hear all of that? That's a lot of shit I got to do within one purpose of being a support and a listening ear, helping people to heal. I'm just a listening ear, and I got a gift of asking the right questions. I can ask the right questions. Like, one of my gifts is asking good-ass questions to people. And when I ask people these questions, it causes them to think a little bit deeper than they've thought before regarding their situation, regarding their life, regarding whatever it is. That one thing of being able to ask people good questions that can tap them deeper into themselves is opening up so many ways for me. So don't think that you're limited. You're not limited to anything. You don't just have to do one thing. Okay? You don't just have to do one thing. Think about, Khadijah Samdi, my girl, my fairy godmother, right? Of course, she had her Akashic Record readings. Now she moved on to doing classes, dream classes, Akashic Record classes, chakra classes. Okay? Now she's moving on to creating a layout where she doesn't have to be on the phone with y'all, where she doesn't got to be on Zoom with y'all. She's moved on to creating a form, a paper, a poster board that will basically detail your soul's journey. But it's still regarding her being that great mother assistance to you. Okay? So don't think that you're limited in no way, shape, or form. You are not. What you need to understand is what is fulfilling you, what is giving you that feeling and that knowingness that you are in alignment with your divine good. What is something that you could do day in and day out without getting paid? See, I could talk to y'all without getting paid for it. I'll have that conversation without getting paid for it. But we live in a world where you have to be compensated for your time, for your energy, for your effort, because if you are not compensated, you will not survive out here. Okay? So there's a way to think about it. What would I do for no money at all just because I love it? Miss Blue sits on the phone with people, helping people to heal for hours. She starts at like 9:30 p.m. and doesn't get off until like 2:30 p.m. and is not being paid for that. Do you understand? So what would you do because it just flows from your heart because you've been called to do it? Let's figure that out. And then let's start doing it. Let's start doing it. Let's start being deliberate about doing it. And then once you figure out a plan, then you can start being compensated for it. Don't think that you have to be in your purpose and not be compensated for it. That is a lie. That is a lack mentality. That's not true. We are in what we call the passion economy, where it is time for you to tap in and where it is time for you to be doing what your soul, your heart, what your mission is, your reason for incarnating. And Miss Blue had to tell me this online. Let's not get it twisted. Your maintenance, your self-care, that's not the mission. That's not the purpose. That's just your maintenance for you to be able to live out your purpose. So you meditate, and that's great. Your purpose is not to learn to meditate your absolute best. That's great for your personal life. That's for your maintenance, for you to be able to live in your purpose. Okay. So if you are, thank you for the donation, Redbird, and thank you for the donation, Mad Titan. So if your purpose is to help people learn to silence their mind, great. You learn how to do that through your meditation practice. Okay? So understand that your purpose is what flows from you. Your purpose is what flows from you. One more time. Your purpose is what flows from you. Okay? You're not getting that from looking all outside of yourself. Ooh, I think I want to do that. I think I want to do that. I think I want to do that. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. What naturally flows from you? What has been flowing from you since you were a kid where people be like, damn, you're really good at that. You're really good at that. Thank you. When you do that, it makes me feel really good. Okay? Whatever that is, what flows from you. What flows from you. I want you to think about that. What is flowing from your heart, from your divine mind. And I want you to start doing it. I want you to start studying it. Studying you. Studying your purpose. And here's the dope thing, too, that they showed us in Moana. She's a wayfinder, right? She's a wayfinder. Here's the beautiful thing. She got support and she got guidance on doing that. So Maui says, okay, this is your purpose. Your purpose is a wayfinder, but here is how you manifest it and do a damn good job at it. Maui had to show her, okay, you got to tie your sail up like that. This is how you pull it to move it forward. So on and so on and so forth, okay? So even when you figure it out, even when you say, wow, that's what flows from my heart, that is what I love, that is what I feel passionate about, even when you figure that out, the next step after that is, okay, well, how do I bring life to this in a more beautiful or more grand or more simplistic way, right? Understand, it's the last thing I'm going to leave y'all with, and I'm going to get out of here. Shout out to all of y'all being here. Like and share the video. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You need to be able to have a vision for your life. You need to be able to have a vision for your life. You need to have a vision for your life. What does your life look like? What does living in your purpose look like? What does manifesting your purpose grant you? In what ways does living in your purpose open up doors and opportunities for you? In what ways have you living in your purpose manifested you more abundance, a more abundance of love, more connections, more relationships, right? Greater health. I'm telling you, people, you must be in your purpose. You must be in your purpose. And some of you are not able to live in your purpose because you're still holding on to toxic beliefs about yourself and toxic beliefs about other people. You're still blaming other people for all your shit. With that being said, though, in August, I have a master class coming up called How to Heal from Toxic Relationships. Master class coming up in August, How to Heal from Toxic Relationships. You need that work. Because I'm going to tell y'all, a lot of y'all have had toxic relationships, and this has affected your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-value. And because you don't feel worthy, because you don't feel valuable, because you don't feel deserving, this is why you don't live in your purpose. Because you're like, what? How can I live in my purpose? My own mother mistreated me. My own father mistreated me. My own husband dogged me out. How can I have a purpose? I guarantee you your purpose is directly connected to that trauma. Your purpose is directly connected to all of that. But because you're still caught up in the blame game of it all, and you're not receiving the blessings from those lessons, you cannot see how those experiences have supported you in living in your purpose, okay? So y'all stay on the lookout for that. Of course, I'm going to tell you more about it, but we're diving into how to heal from toxic relationships. I need you to understand this so that you can let that shit go, so that you can get it off your chest, so that you can get it off your heart, so that you can breathe again, so that you can be your divine self, living in your divine light, living in your divine power. Love you guys. I got to get me and Dream food. I'm pretty sure this food has been ready. But I love you. And, you know, when spirit comes through, it comes through, and you just got to do what you got to do. That's purpose. Okay? If y'all need help understanding your purpose, call me. Well, you don't call me, I call you. But just do whatever you got to do, and we'll talk about it briefly. We'll talk about it briefly. All right? Love y'all. Have a happy Saturday.